This is a video tutorial for the clavicle and scapula, which are highlighted in green. Looking just at the clavicle, which is this structure here, there are two ends that you need to know. This one and this one. This one's known as the sternal end. And this end is known as the acromial end. Acromial end. And looking closely now, and looking right under the structure, you see a pointy structure pointing out on the opposite side, and this is the conoid tubercle. Conoid tubercle. Right opposite of that bone, you see the deltoid tubercle. Deltoid tubercle. And also one more structure on the clavicle is the subclavian groove, which it's right about here. I'll rotate the structure so you guys can see it. But it's right about there. You see a subclavian groove right there. This structure here. So this is known as the subclavian groove. Now, that was pretty much it for the clavicle. Now, moving on to scapula, there are a few borders that we need to talk about before even moving to this structure. This is known as the lateral border. Medial border. So this one is known as the medial border. And this guy here is known as the lateral border. And this structure here is the superior border. Now we can talk about a few structures on the scapula. First is this angle here. This angle is known as the inferior angle. Inferior angle. And this guy here is known as the superior angle. And also, if you see the structure pointing out of the scapula, this guy here, it's known as the spine. And this is a very important structure because it cuts this the posterior view of scapula into two portions, which gives you these two surfaces, this one and this one. The top one is known as the Supraspinous Fossa, and the lower one is known as Infraspinous Fossa. And now we can rotate the structure a bit, and we can talk about these two structures that pointing out, this one and this one. This structure is known as the Coracoid process. Coracoid process. And this structure here is known as the acromion. Acromion. And now, since we're at this view, it's worth talking about the glenoid cavity, which is this guy. And if you cut it right down the middle, the top one is going to be the supraglenoid fossa. So supraglenoid fossa. And of course, the lower one's going to be infraglenoid glenoid fossa. Now, rotating its structure a bit, you'll see this little notch here, which is known as the subscapular notch. And since we're talking about a subscapular, we can talk also about the subscapular fossa, which is the structure here, subscapular fossa, and again, this is the subscapular notch. So that's the notch, and that's the fossa. Thanks for watching.